What's up, people? It's your boy Leatherhead back with another video. Let's just jump right into it. I've been getting hit up a lot on Twitter and a few people that I talked to personally about my thoughts of what took place this weekend, Friday through today, which is Sunday. With the Video Game Awards, the reveal of more footage of Zelda from Nintendo at the Video Game Awards. They want to know my opinion about these things. Also, the PlayStation experience that took place Saturday and today. People want to know my thoughts on that. Uncharted, Sony revealed more footage of the new Uncharted 4, Nathan Drake. People want to know my thoughts on the 15-minute demo of that as well. So, I was planning on doing this video, and I felt like, since so many people are hitting me up, might as well jump on here and give my thoughts. So, let's jump right into it. First of all, let's talk about the Video Game Awards. Jeff Keighley. First of all, let me give kudos to Jeff for trying to do something that needs to be done. That's trying to keep the Video Game Awards or award show for video games and video gamers. So he's to be commended for his endeavors, what he's trying to do. But with that being said, kudos to you, Jeff. But bro, look, first of all, there is a misconception. There is a breakdown in communication when people who represent us try to represent us, because they act as if we are one type of gamer. The game spectrum is diverse. We have many types of gamers. First of all, let's deal with the music. Let's deal with the DJ. People, can anybody tell me what the DJ was doing? Now, I watched the whole show. I wasn't doing nothing Friday, and I wasn't gonna let my acting as if I'm not interested in this keep me from watching. I watched the entire show. I was down the stairs in my man cave doing nothing. Why not watch it? I wasn't doing anything else, so I watched it. The entire boredom, the entire suckage, I watched it from front to end. What was up with the DJ? What was he doing? What was he playing? Where was the turntable? Where was the diversity of music? I mean, I like video game music, but I don't need to hear video game music the entire 3 hours of the Video Game Awards. I could have got some hip hop. I could have got some rock, some pop, something that pertains to real music that we listen to in our day-to-day lives. I didn't get the whole DJ thing that he was doing. He was not really DJing. He was just playing music that did not excite anyone, but trying to get people to get hyped over it. That was one of the main issues. The second issue was the sound man. What was the sound man doing? You got Jeff Keighley standing up here about to announce an award or about to reveal a video presentation, something, but his mic ain't on. You can hear him in the background, but you can't hear him through the TV because you gotta wait till the sound man turn up the sound before we can hear him. These type of things killed all the flow. The transitions were horrible. The sound was horrible. The DJ was horrible. The people who they brought on stage to announce the games, to talk about the premieres, were horrible. They act as if they didn't want to be there. They act as if they didn't care. It was just, to me, a poorly scripted, poorly planned, poorly executed award show. It's like Jeff Keighley really didn't have any help, and that's what it seemed like. And it seemed like the only people that sound good to me, and I'm gonna be honest with you, and this ain't got nothing to do with bias or anything, the only people that sound like they knew what they were doing was Nintendo, and maybe the representative or the new face of Sony, PlayStation. These two people were the only ones that act as if they knew how to talk into a teleprompter. They knew how to, into the camera, knew how to relay their message to the people that are listening to them and to the audience. Everybody else act as if they didn't know what they were doing. And to me, Jeff Keighley should have either sought more help, got some more people on there that might be used to talking or something. But the people that was representing us was a bad representation. So the Video Game Awards, in my opinion, was garbage. It was horrible. It was suckish. Now, I commend, like I said, Jeff Keighley, but it was a poor representation of us, the gamers. Not enough diversity. Second thing, Nintendo. Kudos to Reggie. Kudos to Iwata. Kudos to Miyamoto. They represented on the Video Game Awards. I posted, if you follow me on Twitter, you would have saw my post. I said, are they going to show, I said, is Reggie going to show Zelda? With a question mark, because listening to Jeff Keighley, watching the body language and how excited he was, I knew he could not be excited for anything less than something on the level of a Metroid or a Zelda or some big franchise. So I knew there was something that was going to be shown, and the only thing that I can think of that would make sense would be Zelda. So I tweeted it, and I wasn't tripping, but when they showed it, I had to give Nintendo their props. You know, to step out the box and show their game in this magnitude and this manner is a departure from the norm from Nintendo. They don't typically do this. They save their stuff for like an E3, or now what they're doing with the Nintendo Directs or the Nintendo Experience, or however you want to name it. Well, it's the Nintendo Direct, but they had a different name for it at E3 last year. I just don't recall it right now. But that's what Nintendo is reserving their big announcement and big reveals for. So to go on a game show like this and reveal Zelda, and how they revealed Zelda, I had to give them kudos. They didn't show, you know what I'm saying, spliced up demo videos. They actually showed Iwata and Anuma, I think that's how you say his name. Correct me in the comment section. Shoot, I don't know how to say his name. I say it right sometimes, but sometimes I don't. But anyway, both of them sitting there, Miyamoto and Anuma, I think that's how you say his name. Anyway, Miyamoto, them sitting there playing the game, and they show, you know, off screen, you know, you really couldn't see how detailed it was, but based off E3, we already know the detail, so you could just add the imagination of that detail to what they showed at this Video Game Awards. Zelda is shaping up to be an awesome game. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be awesome. And I just liked how you didn't get no fluff. You got real, tangible gameplay. You literally saw what the game played like. You know, and I hear a lot of people questioning whether it's gonna lose story or lose some of its what it represents because of the big, huge open world. I say people fall back. Let these folks do what they do. When have we ever got a really bad Zelda experience? When have we got any bad subpar Zelda experience? We have not. So by the track record, we know that Zelda is going to be a good game. So why throw all these concerns and worries out as if the track record doesn't prove itself to be something that we should not be worrying about right now? I don't get. I'm really, you know, I'm really starting to see that I'm not like many of these people who claim to be Nintendo fans. I am a Nintendo fan. I look at things a little bit differently. That's me. But some of the stuff we cry about, some of the stuff that we worry about, and stuff that we choose not to worry about boggles my mind. We can talk about whether this open world is going to kill the storyline, but we ain't worrying about the brand of Nintendo. That just don't even I can't even wrap my mind around that. But anyway, I have faith in what Anuma and Miyamoto and Nintendo is doing with this franchise. I think they're making a wise decision. And I'm going to jump back on this game later on in this video because I want to keep going and address some other things. So, the PlayStation experience. Zelda was great. You know what I'm saying? Nintendo fan, just a fan of gaming, period. Zelda was great. So let's jump to the PlayStation experience. What was my thoughts of the PlayStation experience? To me, the PlayStation experience was boring. After, and I'm just being real, this ain't no hate, after Uncharted was shown, it was boring. Two, you can tell that they took a lot of inspiration from what Nintendo did at E3 with the treehouse, all day footage being shown at the treehouse with Nintendo. You could tell that Sony and the folks who put together this experience took a lot of inspiration from that, because that's what it reminded me of. Nintendo was the first to have their own all day 24/7 showcasing of their game, their franchise, their IP at E3, and it worked. From the Nintendo experience, I can't remember what they called that, but I'm just gonna say experience. I don't care. If it's not that, correct me in the comment section. But anyway, from what they did, their Nintendo Direct at E3 to the Treehouse show floor, pretty much all day coverage. That's what the PlayStation experience pretty much reminded me of. So I could tell that they took inspiration from Nintendo on that, but they did not execute it well. Didn't have enough to show. That's one thing. And the same problem that they had at E3 they had here. Uninteresting people on stage talking that were not good presenters. It was just boring after Uncharted. So the PlayStation experience to me wasn't super bad, but it wasn't nowhere near great. It was boring. So that's bad. So anyway, but Uncharted 4, I have to give, that was great. I liked what they showed. I thought it looked great. My boy K-Bum sent me a uncompressed version of what they showed, that 15-minute demo of Uncharted, and it looks even better than what they showed Saturday of Uncharted. So Uncharted is looking good. But now, people wonder, what's my thoughts of Uncharted? It looks good, it looks great. I think graphically, it looks great. It still doesn't look like what they showed at E3, but looking at the uncompressed version, it looks closer to what they showed at E3. But people wonder why I'm not wowed by it, and this is why. And this is why I'll bring back Zelda and make my final points. The reason I wasn't wowed by Uncharted was because everything that I did in Uncharted 2, everything that I did in Uncharted 3 was basically what they was doing in Uncharted 4. So, like I explained to my boy K-Bum, I'm explaining to you guys here. This is my take. The graphics is great, but Uncharted 3 and Uncharted 2 were great looking games as well. So the graphics are not blowing me away. Now, don't get me wrong, the foliage, the scenery, the lighting, everything, the water effects, all that stuff was great looking, don't get me wrong. But this stuff looked great in Uncharted 2 and Uncharted 3. So it should look great on a stronger system. But what was not wowing me was what Drake was doing. The same running, shooting, throw a bomb, climb up this cliff, swing around here. Yes, they added a few little things like the pick to climb up the wall and the little thing to hook and swing around. Yes, they added a few elements, but for the most part, you are doing the exact same thing. And you know, I need to see more to be wild. I was like, man, I want to play it because I'm an Uncharted fan. I'm an Uncharted fan since Uncharted 2. To me, Uncharted 2 is up there in my list of games. It's almost right under the top-notch Nintendo IPs. I'm just gonna be real. I respect Uncharted like that, but Uncharted 3 was a bad experience for me. For one, the storyline was garbage. And once the storyline started to fall, the gameplay became redundant because I'd done all this in Uncharted 2. So what kept me playing Uncharted 2 was the story. So when the story started to taint in Uncharted 3, I lost interest. And looking at what I'm seeing in Uncharted 4, I can see that if the storyline is not good, or if the storyline starts to fold or fall or falter in some kind of way, then my interest in the game is gonna falter because I'm doing the exact same thing that made me bored in Uncharted 3. So while the graphics is amazing and the graphics are great and the polygons and all the other stuff that they do with graphics is really popping off the screen, I need more than that to convince me that this is the game of games. You see what I'm saying? Which brings me back to Zelda. Because I don't want to be biased, I want to explain myself. When I saw Zelda, it wasn't Zelda that necessarily, or Link and what he was doing that necessarily blew me away, because Link running and riding on a horse is not real big change. What blew me away is when they ran up to the top of the cliff and they looked out into the distance. Everything you've seen, you can go and explore it. You can literally go there. The waterfall off to the side, the far distant mountains, you can actually traverse and go there. There is no stoppage to where you can go. There's no limit to where you can go within this map, within this world. Whereas in Uncharted, you can't go everywhere you see. So that's a new element to Zelda that we have never seen before. So the graphics, they didn't show a lot of what was going to go on in this game as far as the combat or the fighting system and all that stuff. We did see him do what he did in the E3 demo, where he jumps off the horse and shoots the bow and arrow. So we see that his bow and arrow is going to be a big part of this game, but they did not reveal that. It seemed like they pulled a lot out of the game to keep hitting. So what we saw, because when Miyamoto said there was apples and insects over here and there, that was not in the game, but he was saying it was there. So that tells me that this must be a prior build than what Miyamoto and Aonuma has right now. So we are not seeing what Zelda fully looks like, because what was at E3, you can tell that that game, what they presented there in that video, is farther along with what they probably played here for the VGAwards to keep secret what they're doing. So in my opinion, there is more to praise with Zelda than there was with Uncharted 4, even though on a graphical level, what I've seen in Uncharted 4 is phenomenal. But graphics aside, yes, the looks will keep you for a second, but it's not the looks that's gonna keep you for the long haul. It's the gameplay and the story. And looking at the gameplay, been there, done that. When I look at Zelda, I haven't been there and I haven't done that. See what I'm saying? So this is my verdict. Zelda was great. The VGAwards was garbage. The PlayStation experience was garbage, boring. And Uncharted 2 is yet to be concluded. I don't know. I mean, Uncharted 4 is still on the shelf of I don't know yet. Graphically is great, but that little small piece of action just reminds me of what was and what made Uncharted 3 not so great, because the storyline was not great in Uncharted 3. And I didn't finish the game. Matter of fact, I went on YouTube and watched the end because I didn't feel like finishing the game. So anyway, with that being said, this is your boy Levelhead signing out. I hope that gives you some ideas of what I felt about this weekend. Leave your comments down in the comment section. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. And this is your boy, Deuces.
Shot your head off. Sam, you're okay. Yeah, nothing I can't walk away from. It's good to see you alive, little brother. Come on, we got a treasure to find.